Rebbe Nachman teaches there's what's called this concept of spiritual gravity. Just like the earth has a gravitational pull, that you raise any item, any object, and you let go, the item falls to the earth. He says also, believe it or not, on a spiritual level, there is a gravitational pull also. To who? Believe it or not, it's to the tzaddikim. The verse says in Proverbs, Tzaddik yesod olam. The tzaddik is called the foundation of the world, of the universe. And of the four elements, you see there are also, the Rambam, it goes into explaining that you have in chemistry, for example, all these 72 elements, and they're always discovering a new element, right? But the Rambam breaks down that it's basically four elements. There's earth, wind, air, water, and fire, right? And earth is the basis, is the lowest of the four. It's the basics, it's the foundation, okay? And in that sense also, the earth is also a foundation. So both are called the yesod. And a tzaddik also is called, in other words, a tzaddik is called the foundation, and also the earth is called the foundation. And there's similar properties, just like in earth, there's a gravitational pull. So too, amazingly, the tzaddikim have this spiritual gravitational pull to pull people to them in order to bring the people close to Hashem. So the tzaddikim have this ability, yes, to wake up people to come back to Hashem, to draw people to them, which explains this draw that people have to tzaddikim. And now to explain the people who don't have that draw, where does that come from? How come certain people have this draw to the tzaddikim, this gravitational, quote-unquote, pull to tzaddikim, and other people not even interested, it doesn't talk to them, it doesn't ring a bell, nothing. So Rebbe Nachman explains that for every positive force, there's an opposing force. Just like there's a gravitational pull to the tzaddikim, there's also what's called koach hamachriach, an anti-gravitational pull against this, which is in the format of all the lusts, desires, the deceivings, the tricks, all of the notions and things that the Yetzer Hara sets up, the evil one sets up in the path of a person to keep them away from the tzaddikim. Also doubts and conspiracy and strife, machloket, anything to push away a person away from the tzaddikim and the teachings, the Torah of the tzaddikim. This is the anti-gravitational pull. And Rebbe Nachman goes on to say, this is lesson 70 in Likutey Moharan, that there's this constant battle on a person between the gravitational pull of the tzaddikim to influence them to come back to Hashem, to come to them in order to come back to Hashem, and his anti-gravitational pull of the lusts and desires of the world. So a person is really, in a way, being torn between gravitation and anti-gravitation. And this explains the ups that we have sometimes in having a great boost in wanting to serve Hashem and wanting to be a good Jew, to know, K-N-O-W, and believe that it's not coming from the person. It's coming from where? From this gravitational pull, the tzaddikim. And also the vice versa, the opposite is also true, that when a person is feeling down and low and misery and he has no idea what's causing it, and he doesn't find anything in himself which is triggering it, he feels like he's the victim of a cause, he should know that it's coming from the anti-gravitational force of what's called the koach hamachriach, this force against the tzaddikim. What's amazing about this teaching is that in his tricks to get a person feeling low and down and far from the tzaddikim, the Yetzer Hara tends to make a person feel that he must blame himself that he's so far and that he's so low and that he's not advancing. But the reality is you're a victim of the Yetzer Hara who's doing this to you. The ultimate thing that's you is your inner desire. That the Yetzer Hara cannot touch at all. So what he does is he has power and effect and ability to make an anti-gravitational pull on you against the Torah. And at the same time, to fool you, to convince you that it's really you. You're the problem, and not him influencing you. But the wake-up call of the tzaddikim is, hey, you're outside of the picture. There's gravitational pull for you from the tzaddikim and anti-gravitational pull from the Yetzer Hara against the tzaddikim, and you're the victim. And the tzaddikim are trying to tell a person, don't be fooled that it's you, because by convincing you that it's you the problem, the Yetzer Hara succeeds in letting you let go and break any trace of good desire to want to advance in life. Because you're overwhelmed by the difficulties, you begin to say justifications. Oh, it's not for me. I'm getting so old and squeaky, and I'm so far, and my prayers, I'm not getting anywhere. Who says Hashem's listening to my prayers? And this chalishut hadat, this feeling very weak and futile, is the result of the Yetzer Hara, the evil, the anti-gravitational pull on you. And the tzaddikim are trying to tell us, it's not you. Wake up. You're outside of the picture totally. You're just the victim of the circumstance, and it's up to you to realize that. Like they say in the name of the Maggid of Mizrich, that knowing this, what's happening, knowing what the problem is already 50% of the solution. So too, Yetzer Hara, with his anti-gravitational attack, tries to fool a person that you're the one at fault. But the tzaddikim are telling you, it's not you, it's Yetzer Hara doing it to you. And you're outside of the picture. What is you is your ratzon. Once you're aware of the true reality of the situation, that it's not me who's heavy and tired and drained, you're a victim of the circumstance. Because what did you do now that yesterday was great, today was a bad? You didn't do anything to trigger it. You begin to blame yourself. No, I did like this, I did like that. That's also from the Yetzer Hara to convince you. You did nothing. You're a victim of a circumstance. This is a bit tricky because the person can then justify, oh, I'm doing wrong things and it's not really me. We're not talking about that. When a person does wrong things because of a bad desire, that he should take the blame. But when a person is sincerely trying to come close to Hashem, and he keeps on getting smacked and hit and setbacks, and he begins to become convinced, I'm never going to be able to daven, I'm never going to become a tzaddik, I'm never going to advance, I'm always going to be stuck in my rut, I'm never going to change, he should know that is from the anti-gravitational pull. And this, when you know what the problem is, so then you have meaning and direction. Because most people, the reason why they walk in a maze is because they have no idea, no clue what's happening to them. If they're given just a modicum of da'at, of awareness of what they're going through, it would give them the force and strength and joy to just get back up and to do. But because they don't know what's happening, so they throw their hands up. It's understood. So it shows that this battle is a real battle. If you take a look at Rav Noson's beautiful prayer on this lesson 70, it's found in the 50th Gate, volume 4, the orange volume, prayer number 70. He says scary statements in that prayer. He says, how many people have fallen because of this battle? How many people have lost both this world and the next world because of this gravitational, anti-gravitational pull? May we merit to be strong, to always draw ourselves to the tzaddikim like a magnet, like a gravitational pull, and not let anything interfere in our ratzon, our yearning to want to be a good Jew, no matter what we may go through in life.